guys, starting a new series today, North Node in Aquarius. So in the tradition of me dressing up for the signs that I'm doing, I found the most unique, the most quirkiest thing in my closet that would represent the energy of Aquarius. So here we go. Before we dive into your North Node and the specific houses, how it's represented, let me give you a general idea of the South Node in Leo, to give you an idea of what you're working with, your memories are, your beliefs, and all that good stuff. So South Node in Leo, anytime you look that up, the easiest representation and description of this would be you guys were royalty. You guys had many lifetimes where you were kings and queens. You were waited on by a large staff. You're used to having an entourage around you. You're used to being spoiled. You're used to spoiling yourself. You're used to being, that diva, man or woman. You're used to attention. You're used to lifetimes of people, looking up to you, watching you, being of service to you, catering to your every whim at any point of time. No matter what you desired, you always had it. So the good part about South Node in Leo is that you guys are very warm people. You guys are very theatrical people. You're very generous people. People usually like you. They like to be around you because there's a warmth. There's this large aura around you that, people love that. They feel good around you. When Leo, in its positive manifestation, is a very warm sign. It has a big heart. It knows how to bring out the child from each one of us. Whenever we interact with you, we feel younger somehow. We feel like, we got some kind of attention and loving that maybe we never got from anybody. So it's good to be in your presence. You guys know how to make people feel good. You know how to spoil them. You're generous. You know how to give them attention. You know how to you're very good with children. You're very good with playing with them and finding a common ground with them. And kids probably gravitate to you. They like you because you have that playful energy. You're good with, like I said, theatrics. There's an actor and actress inside every one of you. You guys have been lifetimes of literally of actresses, of Broadway people, dancers, singers, whoever was out there on the stage. That was you. You're used to being on the stage. You're comfortable with the stage. You love the attention. You love the applause. As a matter of fact, you love it so much that you look for it all the time. Even if you may not be on the stage this time around, you're still looking for that appreciation, that, those eyes looking at you and saying, oh my God, that the fan base that you're used to, just that worshiping that people did with you in many lifetimes. You guys were my superheroes in a sense of, Leo is brave, and Leo, like a superhero, comes in, saves the day, and then again everybody applauds. And so you guys know how to do that. You know how to come in, take over a situation, but make it fun, lighten it up, make it comfortable, warm, gregarious. Leo knows how to have fun. Leo knows how to infect others and bring the fun with them. Have people play. Just how to get people to play, bring them out of their shell. Open them up like that. So the downside of Leo in the South Node is, just as you were the diva, you were also the drama queen. Whether you're a man or a woman, you're used to having your way. You're used to, maybe raising your voice. You're used to being throwing tantrums, damsel in distress, the one that's like, please, everybody leave whatever you're doing, drop whatever you're doing, and come to my rescue. Come help me, come do this for me, because I can't do it without you. So you're used to having people around you. You're used to depending on a lot of people taking care of you. But not taking care of you like as in like nurture you or whatever. Even, actually that could be possible too, but take care of you from every point of view. If you need help with dressing up, if you need help with, feeding you, if you need help with going with you somewhere, you like to have that support group. Leo loves to have an audience around them. So wherever you are, you will always try to create an audience around you. And especially if you're not getting the attention, because Leo will always want attention. Subconsciously, you will always want that, because that's what gives you life. That's what, keeps you going. So imagine if we think about it to the extreme, South Node is where you went to the extreme in your expression. So once again, tantrums, when you think about that queen, that raging queen that's never satisfied, and she's like, cut everybody's head off. You know, when you think about the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland, that kind of idea. You know, it can be ruthless. You can be have tantrums. You have a very short patience. You don't like to wait. You want it now. You know, you want it your way, and you want to be spoiled. You demand luxury. You want, you know, things to be your way. There's a lot of pride associated with Leo South Node because you're used to getting your way a lot. You're used to people looking up to you. You're used to people being your servants and your serfs. And so there's a big ego with South Node and Leo, you know, an ego that's like, you're going to respect me, you're going to look up to me, you're going to serve me because I deserve that. And in this lifetime, you may not get that. And you may be very disappointed in that because you're like, what the hell is going on? And then you'll try to create situations where you will try to create that drama around you just so that people feed you. They feed you that energy that you need. So what else? Vanity. Vanity is a big one with Leo South Nodes. You know, you guys are used to looking good and getting praises and compliments. You guys love that. You guys are, you know, Leo is ruled by the sun. So if we think about it, you know, in our planets and all that, the sun, everybody revolves around the sun. And that's what you guys are used to. And that's what you subconsciously expect. You expect everything to, like, you know, roll around you, not roll around you, but rotate around you. You know, you're the center of the universe, literally. That's how you see it. And now, having mentioned all of that, you, with North Node in Aquarius, it's going to be hard for you in a sense because you need to let go of these selfish, vain, egotistical tendencies. You know, you cannot be that, you know, hogging all the light, all the spotlight. You know, you got to make room for others. You know, with Aquarius North Node, you will be asked to kind of go away from the drama. You know, Aquarius doesn't really need anybody. Aquarius is cool on their own. Aquarius marches to the beat of their own drum. They have their own style. They have their own style of dressing, of expressing, of their style of living their life, of how they love, of relationships, how they treat people. And they can literally, they do everything on their own. You know, they don't need an audience. They're just cool by themselves. And so you will be asked to find that cool within you without having anybody feed you that, without having anybody applaud you, having anybody sit there and then run around you like, you know, everybody being your personal assistant. You know, you got to get away from that. You got to become self-sufficient and lighten up. You know, Aquarius is air. Aquarius is very individualistic in a sense of expression, you know, where he doesn't need anybody. He doesn't need praise or whatever. He's just cool the way he is. But it's also very collective as well, because Aquarius sees that everybody is unique. You know, Leo South Nodes, you guys think that you guys are the unique one. You guys need everybody to look up to you and tell you how beautiful you are and how awesome you are and how we just fucked without you. So Aquarius is like, no, we're all cool. We're all awesome. We're all the same. Nobody's more special. You know, we're all awesome, and that's the beauty of all of us. So Aquarius sees the beauty in every individual. Aquarius doesn't compare. Aquarius doesn't say, I'm better than you. Aquarius is just like, wow, I'm cool, you're cool, let's go have fun. So you'll be called to do that, to let go of this selfish idea of like everybody worship me and everybody rotate around me, and just kind of get off that high horse, get off the pedestal and say, hey, there's other people in this world around me. Maybe you haven't noticed them. There's a lot of people in this world around you, and they all are awesome. And you're not better than them, you're not worse than them. You're just as special, and they're just as special. So yeah, so now let's dive into each house and see how your, your North Node in Aquarius would manifest more specifically. Okay? All right. North Node in Aquarius in the 12th house. So let's get intimate with your Leo South Node in the 6th and see what we're working with over here. So the good thing about having Leo South Node in the 6th is that you had lifetimes where you were, 6th house is about your work environment. It's about your day-to-day life. It's about all the little things that we do as humans every day, as we live. So you were a great co-worker to have. You were everybody's, hello sunshine. You were one of those people that would come in and the whole place would light up and people would love to be around you because you would inspire them. You had the enthusiasm. You were the one that would come in and say good morning to everybody. So you were everybody's friend, helping everybody, and it made you feel good. You loved when you would save the day at work, where you would do something or come up with an idea that would like save the day in some way or another. You're really good at that. You're really good at making good, warm connections with people, and people probably followed you because you were great as a, an inspiring leader, and warm and generous and stuff. So that's a good manifestation. Another one could be, sixth house is also the house of health, of fitness, your body. So I'm thinking with Leo there, you could have been some kind of celebrity nutritionist, celebrity trainer. You made a name for yourself, because you were really, you had very enthusiastic ways to inspire people to work out. You made it fun, you made it engaging. The same thing when it came to food, you had a creative spin on it, and people liked that, and people bought into that. So you're really good about creating excitement around something, like a project at work, or even if it's a tedious chore, you're really good at saying, all right, what if we make it a game? You're good at that. Now, the downside with Leo in the sixth is that because you were so indispensable, because you loved to get praise and attention at work, and you always kind of volunteered yourself, and you always, wanted to be that star employee, you kind of let it go to your head, and you made it almost to the point where unless you were that, you didn't know who you were. You got so obsessed with being that star employee that maybe you would create some kind of drama at work, maybe even fuck over your co-workers to make them look bad and make you look good. It could be like that. Well, it was all about you getting that gratification, getting that praise of like, you're the best, you're the number one in the department, you're so indispensable. So you could see yourself, the downside would be, even now in your workplace, you could see where you have a propensity for creating drama or something, where you are sabotaging it in a sense, and blowing something up, a situation between you and another. And a lot of times people may think, I can't work with her, she's always reading too much into it, and she's always blowing it out of proportion. She's very dramatic about it. She's very sensitive about things. It can be like that too, where you're always looking for that idea that, some kind of attention at work, whether it's good attention, for being that star employee, or even for bad attention, for being that drama queen, for being that diva at work that nobody can get along with because she's constantly sabotaging everybody. She's trying to make people look bad. Maybe she's messing up with their work or something, All right, another manifestation could be, you were in that role, or we can say that you were working for somebody in that role. Let's say you were an assistant to a celebrity or somebody, where you were, around those people. And you're very comfortable with those energies, you're very comfortable with dealing with people's egos, you're very comfortable with kind of not judging them for that. But I would say more than anything, you were the one that was the diva. So I'm thinking of ideas like, there was a time when we read that like it was really hard to work for Naomi Campbell because she was very hard on her employees, hard on her assistants, very dramatic in that sense, where maybe there's physical altercations, a lot of temper, a lot of like emotions were, very dramatic in your expression. Somebody who was hard to work for, somebody who was hard to manage in a sense, somebody who was constantly throwing fits and tantrums, and just to get attention. Another manifestation could be, Simon Cowell, somebody like Gordon Ramsay, the guys that are, I don't know how they are really, but they're being these divas at work, and giving everybody a hard time, and making everybody just sweat around them, and just like, oh my God, what else can I do to please this guy? That kind of idea. You could have been in those roles where you made it hard for people to work with you. You made it difficult for them as a boss, or as a celebrity. You're somebody who is very demanding and hard to please, and just you would always emphasize that the other person doesn't understand how special this role is, and how they're lucky to have this role, and how they're not appreciating it. Another idea could be, because with Leo, you would always gonna you're going to, Leo in the South Node, you're always going to try to find ways to get attention to yourself. So because sixth house is a house of health, maybe you are, you know, hypochondriac, where you're always figuring out ways to like play down the idea that you're sick or you can't do something so that people drop everything and they want to take care of you. You know, those kind of ideas. That could be here too, where you're always kind of using your health to get attention. That could be that too. Because Leo is going to get attention no matter what. Either Leo is going to get it by doing something heroic and something fun, or Leo is going to throw a fit and act like a child and get attention that way, you know, so that everybody drops whatever they're doing and comes to the rescue, you know, that damsel in distress idea. Another manifestation could be on a more simpler level is that you are, you know, because sixth house is the house of everyday activities, of, you know, your health and your body and stuff. You could be one of those people that is constantly posting things, you know, you cook something and you're like, let me put that on Instagram. You know, you come up with this idea of a new exercise routine and you want to share that with everybody. You always want to let everybody know what a cool life you're living and how you are awesome and how you're creative and how you're coming up with all these ideas. And you're like, look everybody, look how awesome I am. You know, give me that attention. That could be another way that you're giving yourself attention. So forgetting all of that, moving into North Node in Aquarius in the 12th, you're here to once again get away from the idea of needing people's attention, needing people's to feed you, to feed your ego, to feed that hungry lion that's inside of you. You know, you got to get away from that. You got to spend time away from people. With Aquarius in the 12th, solitude is going to be your friend. You know, you're going to have to get away from the cycles that you're doing, you know, the way you call attention to yourself, you know, and you'll see it, you know. Usually it's going to be something dramatic, something like, oh my God, you'll never know what happened to me. Oh my God, my throat hurts. I think I'm sick. I think I got COVID. I think I'm going to die. I'm going to die. That kind of idea. North Node in the 12th in Aquarius is like, okay, calm down. Take a break. Take a break from this performance life. You know, sixth house is the house of hard work, and you could be there like always performing, always looking for somebody to like look at you and say, oh my God, she's so awesome at everything she does. She's that mom that can do everything. She's that, you know, that superstar. You're that superstar mom, you know, that her kids, and she takes them to soccer practice, and then she feeds them, and then she feeds them the vegan stuff, and they're all dressed up to date. And, you know, that superstar mom, that could be here too, giving yourself life by being that, managing everybody and just like being that superstar mom, because you want to get that ribbon and say, I'm the #1 mom, I'm the best mom in the world. That could be here too. So get away from that. See your cycles. Stop doing that. Stop looking for attention. Stop looking for validation, for applause, for these ribbons, for trophies. Stop looking for that. Slow down. Spend time alone and start analyzing yourself. You know, with Aquarius in the 12th, you're here to, you know, see different parts of you. You know, you see that you're not really that role that you're playing every day, because with Leo in the South Node, that means you're playing some kind of role. That means you're on some kind of imaginary stage. Leo is always going to be performing in some way or another. Get off the stage. Try to see why you do what you do. Try to see why you want to be on stage. Try to see that maybe there's qualities in you that you don't even know that don't require for you to be center stage. Maybe you're more comfortable and more happy being alone, being, you know, tinkering with something, you know, having your own little experimental lab at home, you know, something where you are just alone and you're exploring your, you know, the weird part of you, because there is a weird part of you, but you're not showing that to people because you don't think that's going to get applause. You know, you're always playing to an audience, so you have to see how you do that, and you have to ask yourself, do I like doing that? Does that make me happy? Or I'm only doing that because I feel that without it I'm nothing, you know. And you got to see that, and you got to accept that and say, all right, let me see what happens when I stop. And don't be afraid of that. Let me see what happens. Let me accept the idea that maybe I am nothing. You know, for Leo, South Node, the biggest fear is non-existence. You know, nobody's going to see me, nobody's going to notice me. I'm invisible. So be that invisible man or woman. Spend time in that and see what you're really about. Get to know your subconscious. Get to know the weird parts of you. Get to know the parts of you that you think the world would reject, and love those parts of you, and see what makes you unique. And don't try to emphasize that, you know, once again to get applause, but kind of be unique without needing anybody to validate it. You know, be weird, unique, be a rebel, you know, be the opposite of what you have been all your life. You know, don't have to be that perfect mom or that super mom, but be the mom that's nonchalant. She don't care if her kids eat vegan or not, gluten or not. She just like, fuck it. See what happens when you get away from that persona, get away from it and find the real you, the quirky you, the unique you, the unusual you, the one that doesn't look to be special, the one that knows already that it's cool the way it is, it doesn't need anybody. So that's all I'm going to say about this, guys, okay? But I would say spend time in solitude, spend time away from distractions, from people, from Instagram, from, you know, performance reviews. Get away from that and just kind of spend time alone and quiet yourself and just ask yourself these questions. And then see what's really there, see what's really inside of you, because you're going to find out that the you that you know is totally different than the real you, okay? All right, guys, this concludes our Aquarius series. And the next and the last one is going to be Pisces. So I'll see you soon.